Ooh, 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 what the fuck was that? That's how SmackDown ended. With the ooh, ooh. I'll explain that later. Wow. This has been some episode of SmackDown. You know it's a bad show when you go off the air when somebody sounds like ooh, ooh, ooh. And it doesn't help that this is episode 69. Yeah, so go ahead and make all the jokes you want. My name, as I attempt to die here, my name is Warren E. Freeman Jr. This is Warren's Vlog. This is episode 69. And I'm reviewing SmackDown that just went off the air a few minutes ago. Raw one for the week. That's my review. You guys have a nice night. No, I kid. No, I'm serious. Raw was a better show, but I'll go ahead and go get through this crap as quickly as I can. Any music you hear, I do not own the rights to. So, we start off with an AJ promo, and it starts off pretty decent. Now, if you remember, I talked about John Cena's promo on Raw. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. I talked about John Cena's promo on Raw and how I said that his promo wasn't relatable because he kept saying, you know, I don't have a road to WrestleMania, so I'm going to be a WWE fan like you, and I'm going to sit in the crowd with you, and I'm going to join the WWE Universe. And I talked about how that didn't work because he's John Cena. AJ kind of did the same promo, but he did it in a way, he spun it in a way, he did it the correct way. So AJ basically says something along the lines of, you know, you wouldn't think of me as a WWE fan, that's fine, because I am a fan. But until I step into this ring, or into that ring, I'm phenomenal. And that's how you make a promo relatable, but not unrealistic. When John Cena was talking about, oh, I'm going to watch WrestleMania with you guys, that's unrealistic, and it's a pathetic attempt to be relatable. AJ Styles made this promo relatable, and then he separated himself from the fans by saying, okay, I'm a fan until I step into this ring. When I step into this ring, I'm phenomenal. Shinsuke Nakamura's music hits, and I really wish they would not put Shinsuke and Asuka on the mic. And I know it makes me sound like I'm being racist, but I swear to God, I'm not. I love everybody equally. It's just their dialect, their broken English, it just doesn't. It's basically the Paul Heyman theory. Okay, what was Paul Heyman's theory at ECW? Paul Heyman's theory was hide the weaknesses, but highlight their strengths. I'm paraphrasing. Highlight the weakness, or highlight their strengths and hide their weaknesses. And it's not just Shinsuke and Asuka that have this problem. Roman Reigns has had this problem for the longest time until last Monday night, or until like 3 weeks ago when he cut that street promo on Brock. But how did you hide it? You just show Roman Reigns being dominant. Shinsuke doesn't need to speak. Asuka does not need to speak. Let their actions speak for themselves. You could have had Shinsuke Nakamura came out and just knee AJ in the face and walk away. That would have been a way I would have booked it. It wouldn't have worked out with the events that would unfold when Shinsuke came out. Because Shinsuke came out and said, you know, I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania knee to face. And then Rusev came out. And this would happen a lot. Like you just hear tonight on this episode of SmackDown, like you just hear somebody's entrance and they'll walk down a ramp and then you cut to commercial break. Right before they cut to commercial break, they had said that, you know, Rusev was going to try his hand against AJ Styles. So we come back from the commercial break. We have AJ versus Rusev. Look at my notes here. This match was on par with the Rusev-Shinsuke match. If you remember my last video, I really praised that, or the video before last, I really praised their match at Fastlane. This was on par with it. It doesn't quite get the notoriety that the match at Fastlane had got, only because it ended with a DQ with Aiden English jumped in the ring and started jumping on AJ. So Shinsuke Nakamura is sitting at the announce table, right? And he's watching AJ Styles get his ass beat for like a minute. Then Shinsuke runs in and makes the save. Takes out Aiden English and then takes out Rusev with the Kinshasa. And then AJ's sitting in the corner selling. And Shinsuke is like, and walks away. So, I don't remember whether it was a commercial break or not, but then we go backstage and we have a Big E interview. And let me just say, Big E's promo from like 2 weeks ago when they did the New Day versus the New Day versus the Uso promo they had, that promo was excellent. Big E Langston is really passionate when he speaks, but the problem that I have with Big E Langston is a problem that I had with him a few years ago. For some reason, he gets hyped and he gets excited and he gets excited. He sounds like a Baptist preacher when he gets like amped up. Like the funniest Big E promo I could think of off the top of my head was when Rusev was like a thing and he was undefeated. And Big E was fighting Rusev for the U.S. title. I don't remember whether it was for the U.S. title. And Big E kept this promo and said, "I will do it for the American because I am an American. I will beat the Rusev because I am an American." And he just started doing the You know how the Baptist preacher get when they preaching the word of God. And they did that, and they get the guy, and I went down to the water. And he did that. Yeah. Big E, yeah. Like I said, the promo that he cut against the Usos on SmackDown was fine. There wasn't too much of the Baptist preacher. But then tonight, when he did his promo, his interview with Dasha, he's like, they took out my brothers, but you know what? I still stand alone for the New Day, and I'm going to get this work, And then I thought it was Jay, but it was Jimmy. It doesn't matter. They both look alike. Anyway, Jimmy Uso enters the frame and says, "You know what? Yeah, the Bludgeon Brothers, they did a number on us. They got my brother too, but you know what? Me and you tonight, we're going to put our differences aside, and we're going to get this work." Oos. So anyway, there's a commercial break after that. Where am I at? Yeah, there's a commercial break after that. We go back to commercial break. We come back. Shinsuke, or AJ Styles walks up to Shinsuke Nakamura and says, "I didn't need your help at Fastlane." AJ is still selling at this point, by the way. Kudos for the sell. So AJ goes up to Shinsuke and says, "I didn't need your help at Fastlane. I didn't need your help tonight." Shinsuke says, "Well, it looks like you did. And at WrestleMania, my dreams will come true. Me to face." That's what he does. I'm just saying. So we go back from that. We get back in the ring, and we have a tag team match where it is Jimmy Uso and Big E Langston versus the Bludgeon Brothers. While the Bludgeon Brothers are making their entrance, Big E and Jimmy jumped them on the ramp. And this is what didn't make sense to me. They jumped them on the ramp, and then they ran back into the ring and said, come on, waiting for them to get back in the ring. Why wouldn't you just stay on the Bludgeon Brothers and throw them in the ring? I don't get it. So they do that. They get back in the ring. The Bludgeon Brothers shake off the beatdown. Then Jimmy and Big E go and grab steel chairs, and they're waiting for the Bludgeon Brothers to get in the ring. Now they got these steel chairs. The Bludgeon Brothers grab these gimmick mallets, and it's like a fucking Star Wars thing in the middle of the ring with the chairs and the mallets. And then we go to a commercial break. A lot of commercial breaks. We get back from commercial breaks, and the Bludgeon Brothers absolutely decimate these two. It's not as one-sided as the Bludgeon Brothers squashes are, but it was still, I'd say, like 70-30. 70 being the Bludgeon Brothers and 30 being Jimmy Uso and Big E. They just decimate them, and then they just leave. So I wouldn't have done that personally. I would have just had the little scuffle with the chairs and the mallets, and I would have just thrown the match out. That way, you're not making one half of your tag champions look weak 2 shows in a row. You can still keep the Bludgeon Brothers as a threat, and then you can just build to that eventual triple threat match at WrestleMania if that's where they're going to go with that. Okay. So then after that, Zayn is interviewed by Renee, and he cuts a passionate promo. Um, More so, I thought, than Kevin Owens, but that's just my opinion. Sami Zayn cut the promo. He blames Shane McMahon directly because, of course, he does. But then he blames Shane McMahon's obsession with Kevin Owens as the reason why Sami Zayn didn't win the WWE title. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure I talked about this in my review video. Actually, I probably didn't. But anyway, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have legit gripes here. I mean, like I said in my past video, both those men had the title won at two separate occasions, and Shane McMahon got involved in both. So their gripes are legitimate, and it would play in to the main event or the main event spot of tonight. That was the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock hour. This 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour was just, oh man, just. First off, you had two promos back to back. No wrestling, just straight mic time, back to back. And I get on Raw all the time about this and how Raw, excuse me, I have to take a drink. I get on Raw about this all the time because Raw is 3 hours, it's a 3 hour show, and you have maybe less than an hour of wrestling. Smackdown is a 2 hour show, so you cannot have two promos back to back. You can't do that. You're gonna wear your audience out. You're gonna wear the viewer, me, the viewer, out. Okay, so we had the Charlotte and Asuka promo. Charlotte came out, basically said, I just wanted to make sure I was standing in the ring when Asuka came out so I could face her woman to woman. And it's still something about Charlotte's voice that just annoys me. It's not as bad as her earlier promos when she couldn't control the volume of her voice. If she would just emphasize random sentences in her random words in her sentences. She doesn't do that anymore, but I think to counteract it, she just sounds like a fucking robot now. It's annoying. Add that in with Asuka's dialect, and you got a pretty cringeworthy promo. Very cringeworthy. Add also onto the fact that it's face versus face. So it's like they're talking to each other, but they're not really talking shit. They're putting each other over, but they're saying that they're going to beat one another. It's just, I guess somebody, I don't know if you could run this for 4 weeks, face versus face. I think it's going to lose traction very fast if you do that. I would have much preferred Asuka just kick Charlotte in the face, personally. But yeah, so they have their little exchange. And then Randy Orton music hits. So this is the second time this has happened where somebody's music hits and we just go into the next thing. Randy Orton comes out on the stage. He has the U.S. title. We go to commercial break. Randy Orton comes out. Like, what happened during the commercial break? Like, did Randy Orton RKO both of them or something? Like, how did they get out of the ring? What? I don't. Why would you even do that? Why not just have Charlotte and Asuka exit the ring, then have Randy Orton come out? Didn't make any sense. Randy Orton came out. He cut his promo. And Orton is not exactly a strong promo. He has that voice that just kind of sounds like this all the time. Like, I'm just here getting paid. What do you say? Yeah, a lot of people have said a lot of things about me over the years, but now people are saying that I'm a U.S. champion. And now people are saying that I'm a Grand Slam champion. And I'm taking this title to WrestleMania, and no one's going to stop me. Bobby Roode comes out and says, well, I'm going to use my rematch clause for WrestleMania. Jinder Mahal comes out and says, hey, forget about WrestleMania. Randy Orton, I beat you last week, so you just sit your ass down and watch me beat up Bobby Roode. And that's exactly what Jinder did. He beat Bobby Roode with help from Sunil Singh, who distracted Roode. Jinder hit the Khalas. Randy Orton hit the RKO. And Randy Orton looked bored throughout this entire segment. Even mid RKO, Orton was like, Swear to God. True story, bro. And I said it. I said it in my Fastlane video. When Orton cares, he's amazing in the ring. But when Orton doesn't care, it shows in his face. When I was getting trained, one of the things that I learned getting trained to wrestle is this is your moneymaker. Okay, this face right here is what is your moneymaker. That's where you get your reaction from. That's why Shawn Michaels was so good at selling, because you could see it in his face. And like when you're in an arm wringer, someone's got your arm. The way that you sell the pain is your face. I mean, I could be like, my arm, but it's the face is what gets the crowd's attention. You're going to see my face before you see my arm getting wrenched back by this invisible person right here. Even when you're cutting a promo, it's when you're cutting a promo, the first thing you have to nail is your facial expressions. That's why Alexa Bliss is awesome. Even though she has this look on her face like she doesn't care, but it fits her character. And that's Kevin Owens, same thing when he's cutting a promo, his face. You can feel what he's saying because you see it in his face. Good actors have that trait as well. Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson. He just swears a lot, but his face. That's the first thing you see before the words come out of his mouth is his face. Randy Orton, when he was cutting his promo, looked like he didn't give a shit. This motherfucker had a limp face, had a still face while giving an RKO. He didn't even look excited about that. Okay, I'm done. Alright, so Kevin Owens went ham on Renee, basically cut a mirror promo basically to what Sami Zayn said. Then after that, we go to Carmella versus Naomi, and this was just some ratchet shit. I mean, this was like one of those like World Star videos you see. Like two bitches fighting in Walmart or something. Like, I swear that's what this match was. And like I said, I don't expect a Bret Hart Owen masterpiece in every match, but come on. Y'all, the WWE hype machine wants to hype up this women's revolution, and then you go and you have a ratchet ass World Star Walmart street fight in the middle of the ring with the hair pulling and the slapping, and the only athletic thing that I saw in that match was the spot where Naomi did the kicks and Carmella ducked it 3 times and Naomi came back with the knee. Other than that, it was just a bunch of ratchet bullshit. Hair pulling and screaming and hair pulling and more hair pulling and screaming. If I want to watch something like that, I can go to the network and pull up the Attitude Era women matches if I want to see that shit. You talk about the women's revolution and then you put on that shit? Fuck out of here with all that. The match ended. Naomi attempted some springboard bullshit, and Carmella kicked her leg out and tripped her on the rope, and then grabbed her hair and slammed her down on her head, and that was it. So, as far as wrestling goes, that was your main event tonight. A ratchet World Star Walmart street fight. That's what you got. And it's just upsetting. Women's Revolution. Okay. Then the main event spot, Shane McMahon comes out, and now keep in mind, I am a Shane McMahon mark. I am probably one of the biggest Shane McMahon marks you'll ever meet. So, it takes a lot to upset me when it comes to Shane McMahon. And he came pretty damn close tonight. So, Shane comes out, he says, basically recaps his whole feud with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. First with Kevin Owens beating up Vince McMahon. And then that led to the Hell in a Cell match where Shane McMahon tried to kill himself, which I was there for. I thank you. Sami Zayn basically cost Shane McMahon a Hell in a Cell match. So then ever since then, it's Shane McMahon has been basically lightweight feuding with Daniel Bryan, and then feuding with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And Shane McMahon says, you know what? I'm going to go on a leave of absence for a while. I'm assuming until after WrestleMania. But before I go, I'm going to make a match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens comes out and says, I don't have to wait till WrestleMania to whoop Sami Zayn's ass. Sami Zayn comes out, and it appears that the two of them are going to go at it, but then they jump Shane. Sami Zayn hits the running kick. What is that called again? I don't know, the running kick to the corner. I forget what it's called. It's escaping me anyway. He hits that on Shane. Kevin Owens picks him up. He gives him the pop-up powerbomb. Shane McMahon did not sandbag him this time. Good for him, Shane. Good for him. They do the whole chair gimmick where they put the chair on the dude's throat and then they throw him into the ring post. They did that. Then they drug Shane McMahon out, by his arms. They just drug him up the ramp through gorilla position into the back. And then Kevin Owens powerbombed him on some metal crates. And again, Shane McMahon did not sandbag Kevin Owens. Good for him. But this is where I gotta jump on Shane here. That sell job though. When Kevin Owens hit that powerbomb on Shane McMahon on that steel grate, Shane McMahon, and this is what I was doing at the beginning of the video, was like, ooh, ah, pretending to choke. Ooh, ah, ooh. What the fuck? You sound like a fucking owl that has AIDS. An AIDS-infected owl. That's what he sounded like. Ooh. Oh, man. Wow. And that was SmackDown. So, Raw won for the week, and I'm going to tell you why Raw won for the week. Try to say that 3 times fast. Nothing was going to top that Cena Undertaker shit. Well, it's just Cena's promo. There was nothing that SmackDown could have done to top that unless Undertaker actually showed up. SmackDown blew their load at Fastlane. They blew their load at Fastlane. And then we get to SmackDown, and they're just treading water. And I think that's why Raw, in my opinion, won this week. Now, it wasn't just on Cena's promo alone. Raw had some pretty good matches, had some pretty good action. But, yeah, this was just a throwaway episode of SmackDown. This is the most important time of the year between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And you want to make every episode of Raw and SmackDown must see. And I feel like if I would have missed this episode of SmackDown, I wouldn't have missed shit. And also, nothing on SmackDown that happened tonight has any effect whatsoever. Is not going to have any effect on what happens at WrestleMania. At all. So, yeah. And, just had to sneeze there. But yeah, that's been my review on SmackDown. Raw won for the week. And, you guys have a nice night.